Okay, the warm-up could have been done using the box, just like so. But the easiest way to do this is to figure out what the last two multiply to give you and what they add, or the sum or the difference of them. What does it give you? So when I multiply these two, that gives me 5. When I add these two, that gives me 6. Okay, so that's going to give me the last two numbers. So it's x squared plus 6x plus 5. Okay? Over here, negative 4 times 6 is negative 24. That's the last number. And when I take the sum or the difference of that, that gives me a positive 2x. And then in the front, well, really it's 2m. And then in the front, I have m squared. Okay? This one, when I multiply those two, that gives me a positive 21. And when I take the sum of those two, that's a negative 10k. And then in the front, I have k squared. Okay, so that's the easy way of multiplying it. And now we're going to go backwards. Okay, we're going to go backwards. So to factor a trinomial in the form of x squared plus bx plus c, you must find two integers that multiply to give you c and add or subtract to give you b. Okay, for example, here's an example right here. X squared plus 7x plus 12. What are two integers that multiply, that give you a product of 12 and a sum or a difference of 7? That means two numbers that multiply and give you 12 and add or subtract to give you 7. Can you think of numbers that will multiply and give you 12 and add or subtract to give you 7? So we can think of the factors of 12 first, right? You guys are thinking 2 times 6 give you 12, right? What else? 1 times 12 gives you 12. 3 times 4 gives you 12, right? Those are my factors of 12. Which one of those gives you a sum or a difference of 7? That means when I add them or when I subtract them, which one gives me 7? 3 and 4. Okay, when I add 3 and 4, that gives me 7. So those are the two numbers that I'm going to use, 3 and 4. And once you found them, you just say x plus 3 and x plus 4. And you're done. Those are my factors. Now, how can we check them? We can check them in Desmos. We can check it in Desmos by typing the polynomial up here, x squared plus 7x plus 12. Okay? Here are my solutions. So what you can do is you can take those solutions and change the numbers, change the symbols. So one becomes a positive 4 and one becomes a positive 3. Or you can type the answer choices on here. X plus 3 and x plus 4. And it should give you the same thing. See? The red one and the blue are the same. Okay? But again, if you look at the solutions, it's negative 4 and negative 3. Change the signs. And it becomes positive 3 and positive 4. Okay, that's the easiest way that I can show you to do it. So let's do some examples. Let's do problem number 1. Remember, if I do the box, the positive 20 goes here, and the n squared goes here, and then the sum or difference of these two would be that 9. Okay? That's another way for you to remember. So I need two numbers that multiply and give me 20 and add or subtract to give me 9. So give me factors of 20. Two times 10. Let's start with the ones first. So 1 times 20 gives me 20. 2 times 10 gives me 20. 4 times 5 gives me 20. And that's it, right? Those are my only factors of 20. When I add or subtract, I need the sum or the difference to give me 9. 4 and 5. When I add 4 and 5, that gives me 9. Okay? And it's a positive 9, so both of them have to be positive. So this would be a positive 4n and a positive 5n. Right? So this is n times n times positive 4, and n times positive 5. So my factors are n plus 4 and n plus 5. And again, we can check it in decimals. Let's put this one, x squared plus 9x plus 20. X squared plus 9x plus 20. Look at the factors. Look at the solutions. The solutions are negative 5 and negative 4. And my factors were positive 5 and positive 4. So right here, x plus 5, parentheses x plus 4. It's the same thing. If I turn off my purple graph, you'll see the green. See, they're the same. And again, if my solutions are both negative, then my factors are both going to be positive. You just change the signs. All right? Let's do problem number 5. Problem number 5. Two numbers that multiply and give me 18. 6 and 3. Okay, so let's start with, remember, I know it's going to be negative. Don't worry about the negative right now. Let's just worry about the 18. 1 times 18 gives me 18. 2 times what gives me 18? 2 times 9. 3 times what gives me 18? 3 times 6. And I think those are the only numbers, right? I think that's it. So, which one of these gives me a sum or a difference of 3? Sum or difference. When you add or subtract, which one gives me 3? The 3 and the 6, right? When you subtract those two, it gives me 3. So I know that one's going to be 3n and one's going to be 6n. Right? But which one, if this is positive, then which one of these two is going to be positive? The bigger number, okay? Whatever this symbol is, the bigger number is going to get the symbol. So this one's positive, this one's negative. So if I finish it off, this is n, this has to be negative 3, and this has to be positive 6. Right? So my factors are n plus 6, n minus 3. Let's go check in decimals. Okay, let's go check in Desmos. X squared plus 3x minus 18. Look at my solutions. -6. Look at my other solution. +3. What did I tell you to do with those numbers? Change the signs, right? So that's why my factor is x plus 6. I changed it to a plus. And my other factor is x minus 3. So again, if you can't find the numbers, put them in Desmos and go change the signs. Okay? So now I have this was a -6, so it becomes x plus 6. And this is a +3, so it becomes x minus 3. Those are my factors, guys. Super easy. Okay? I'm going to do one more, and then you're on your own. Let's do problem number on the back page. Let's do problem number 15. +72 y squared, and when you add or subtract them, that gives me 17. So I need factors of 72, and you can use the calculator. So 72, 1 times 72, right? 2 times what? If you divide 72 by 2, what do you get? 36. That means 2 times 36 can give you 72. Can I divide 72 by 3? Yes? What does it give you? Huh? 24. Can I divide 72 by 4? Can I divide 72 by 4? 18. So 4 times 18. I don't know if y'all know, but I cannot divide this by a 5 because it's a 2. It would have to be a 5 or a 2, right? Can I divide this by 6? 72 divided by 6? 12. And I think that's it. So out of those factors, which one gives me a sum or a difference of 17? Oh, 9 times 8? 8 times 9. Okay, so there it goes. When I add these two, it gives me 17, right? So I know that one's going to be 8y and the other one's going to be 9y. But what do they have to be for it to be a negative 17? Both of them have to be negative. Okay, and again, if you don't know this, you put this in Desmos, you go see the solutions and change the symbols, right? So this is y minus 9 and y minus 8. Let's go check it in Desmos. Let's go check it in Desmos. And we're going to put x's, not y's. So x squared minus 17x plus 72. One solution is 8. The other solution is 9. If I change the symbols, it's x minus 8 and x minus 9. Okay? Again, change the symbols. So this becomes x minus 8 and x minus 9. Those are my factors. Okay? Go ahead and finish the rest of the paper. If you need to use Desmos, use Desmos. If you can do it by hand, okay, try to do it by hand.